Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. The believer, Andrew the believer. How are you, my friend? Good morning, Bill Boyle. Bill Boyle, hello. Good morning, aha, Ben. Good to see you. Let's go, let's go. Good morning. Good morning, Rasmin. Enki. All right, we got the floating octopus. Let's get to work. Let's get to work, my traders. The floating octopus is on the board. Willie. Hammer. Rasmin. Midwest. Jessica Pilak. User. Yes, we got a new camera, everybody. What do you think of the new camera? What do we think of the new camera? Is it more crisp? Is it the same? What is it? Mr. Charles does it all. Let's go. Let's go. He looks 20 years younger. Good morning. Jade, how are you? Jessica Hammer. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. Let's go. Let's go. Cowboy, how are you? DJ Dr. Suds. Mr. Charles, he is. All right, let's go. Let's see what we got. Good morning, Adrian Ward. How are you? How are you, Adrian Ward? All right, here we go, everybody. We have a position and we have a state this morning. We have a position and we have a state. I have, yes, K Braden, Mr. Dave. Let's go. Good morning. Keep tapping, everybody. We're at 5.3 thousand. My name is Voss. Hope you all are doing well. All we ask that you do is tap the screen throughout the live. Donate if and when you can. Repost and share the live. We need some repost and sharing, okay? Right now, we are in a narrow state. We are way down here. We're starting to enter position 3 as we come into this whole number down here to the downside. Now, what we talked about all weekend, traders, remember, the novices are going to think you're bleeding out, okay? The novices think you're bleeding out. You're not bleeding out, okay? You are not bleeding out by any means. All right, here we go. Let's pull it back. Above 208. You got to get back over 208. You'll have room up to 209 and 210 this morning on AMD. To the downside, you have support here at 202. 202 is major support. Mark that level down. You are already in this position. This is where you should be looking to go on AMD. Back to the upside. 204 is going to be your target because that is your next pivot. If you could get over 204 with a retest, you'll have room back up to 206.50 and 207. That's AMD. Now we're going to go over to Miss Market. Miss Market is in a bearish neutral state. Remember what we talked about here with Miss Market. We are in position 1 to the downside. All systems are go if a short becomes available. Okay, to the upside, not so much. As we put in our major support and resistance, we are going to put these levels in right here, my beauties. And here we go on the SPY. It is Tuesday. We get to trade today. Okay, you have room down to 677.50. That's going to be your first stop here on SPY, and 676 will be your next level on SPY. You need to get under 676 because you want to be in this channel right here to make trades. So under 676 with a retest, you'll have room down to 671. You got to get back over 683.60 for a move up to 687, 688, and 690 this morning, and then you'll be narrow once you make your way back up. Oscar Urbano, hello, my friend, my Oscar, my Kevin, my hand. Good morning, Tesla. Tesla, the state of Tesla is narrow this morning, my beauties. You are in position 2 to the downside on Tesla. Now, we know we're not going to short this to the downside today because of the position and state that we are in. But what is it you are looking for? You are looking for major support levels that we put in for you right here. You got a double top up there at 421 on Tesla. Right now, to the downside, you are coming into some major support here. 411. Mark this level down. 411 on Tesla, okay? If, since you're narrow, are under 411 with a retest, you'll have room down to $400. That is a major support level, okay? Back over 421, you'll have room up to 430 on Tesla this morning. The official KK, thank you. The Qs. We got a lot of octopuses left. I don't want to have to say, come on, let's go, let's go. Folks, you see the goals up there, okay, my beautiful traders? We just got to hammer them. We just got to hammer them, all right? So I just pinned it. Let's hammer the rest of those octopuses. All right, here we go. We are in a neutral bearish state to the downside. We are in position 2 to the downside this morning on those Qs. Right now, if you're new here, we're putting in our major support and resistance levels. These are the white lines that you are seeing come up right now on the board, okay? These are major levels. That's all you need is major. You do not need the minor levels of support and resistance. Right now, you have room coming into 596.40, 596 area here for support, all right? Under 596.40, watch that 596 whole number, and then you have room down to 592 on them Qs. If you can hold 596, if you can hold this area of support, you'll have room up to $600 on the Qs this morning. With an event, of course, with an event. Thank you, Mr. Charles, Mr. SLG. Yes, it is. Adorable. Thank you, my adorable. MU. We are at 13,000 likes. Make sure we're tapping that screen. Our amazing viewers, our beautiful traders. Let's see what we got here. MU to the moon. We are in a narrow state on MU. Look at that beauty. We are in position 2 to the downside here on MU. You know that's where your major support level is, 393. You're not going to mess around down there, okay? As we head over back to MU on the execution time frame, 393. You got room down to 393. That'll be a major double bottom and a whole number, major support there at 393. If you decide to take that long off of that support level there, 402 right here where you're currently at will be your 50% retracement level back up. Then you can look for shorts. Back over 402 with a retest, you're coming back to 410 on MU. Over 416.21 here on MU. You'll have room up to 421 and 426. Thank you, Candy, Palo, T.A. Taro. Hello, Palo. Let's go, my beauties. Let's go, my beauties. Yes, it is. Make sure we're tapping and not napping. Jay Heat with the heartbeat. Thank you, Jay Heat. 4 more octopuses are on the board. Thank you for the follow over there, Ed Sancto. I appreciate you. Let's head over to Google. The Googaroonies, the Googman. Woo! Here we go on Google. We are in a neutral state on Google. Little bit narrowness, all right, but we're neutral. We are down here in position 2. TAR, yes, with the level up cake. Thank you, my TAR. I appreciate you. Are we ready for a new week in the markets? We're halfway through the month, my beauties. We are halfway through the month of February already. You believe this? Do you believe this? How can we be halfway already? All right, let's pull it back. Right now, we are in a bearish neutral state. We are in position 2. You got room down to 297. 297 is going to be your hold number here of supports on Google, okay? Above 307.65, watch the 308 hold number. You'll have room up to 310 on Google. 310, but the golden goose above 310 with a retest, you'll have room up to 319. Hello, JJ. DW, how are you? IWM, let's go. Stop till you get enough. All right, IWM, we still have it marked. Do we? Nope, we don't. I thought we did. Right now, we are in a narrow state on IWM. We are in position 1. We got a beautiful setup here on IWM this morning. We're going to give free call out Tuesday. Alerts here on IWM. I'm going to give you guys a freebie today. IWM looks delicious, all right? IWM looks delicious. I'm going to have this one on watch. As we pull this back on IWM, we have room down to 258. 258 is your first level of a support here on IWM. Under 258 with a retest, narrow state, you got room down to 255. Now, if we come back over 263.66, watch your 264 hold number. Then you got room up to 269, my beautiful traders. We got 2 more octopi. Shelly Stringer, there she is. There she is. Let's go, my Shelly. Thank you for the follow, everybody. I appreciate you. We're going to head over to NQ, to the moon. Let's see what we got here on NQ. Above 24,869, you have room up to 24,982 and 25,062. Mr. Dave, there he is. Thank you, Mr. Dave. Don't forget, we have VIP live training tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time in the VIP live training room. I will be in there, and I will be training all you beautiful traders tonight in the VIP. Yes, it is. We got the donuts on the board this morning. So these are your levels on NQ, 24,869, 24,982, 25,062. And to the downside, under 24,730, you have room down to 24,537.50. On NQ, to the moon. Let's go. Thank you, my Shelly Stringer. We love you, my Shelly. Mike, TAR, Bill Boyle. Good morning, OTR, Roberto. Gabriello, we don't know how high or low it will go. All we know is the market cycle. So we trade off the market cycle. Okay, my brother? Coin, let's go. I don't like to trade anything with a 200 that looks like that, folks. All right? I like coin, but I do not like a 200 that looks like that because it will be a little choppy. But let's put in our major support and resistance into the Coinsters this morning. As we pull back on our execution time frame, you have to know what those time frames are. Back over 168, you got room up to $200 and then 207 here on Coin. Currently, we are neutral position 1. You got room down to 158 and 136 to the downside this morning. SoFi, hello, hot stacks. Feels like Monday, doesn't it? Don't you hate when we have the holiday and the markets closed? Like, doesn't it throw off your week? All right, right now we are in a narrow state. We are in position 1 to the downside. Yes, it is on SoFi. Hello, SoFi. Biome. All right, here we go on SoFi. We are narrow, position 1. You have room down to $19. Double douche right here, double bottom. You also got a base down there at $19. Watch that, major support. Back over $20, you'll have room up to $20.50. First stop of resistance, and then $21 on SoFi. Let's go, my beauties. Hello, Nancy. Well, your name's Jennifer. How can you be Nancy? Which one is it? Are you Jennifer, my beauty, or are you Nancy? Hello, Nancy. All right, Nvidia to the moon. Let's see what we got. Nvidia, we are in a neutral state. The state of Nvidia is like the market. She is bearish and she is neutral. We are in position 2 to the downside here on Nvidia. All righty, let's see what we know that Nvidia had resistance to the upside. We went over it this weekend. And as we pull this back, my beautiful traders, above 184, we have room up to 185 and 186 on Nvidia, and then 188. Remember, this is the channel you want to be in this morning, my beauties, to trade. You don't want to trade in here. It's too tight. You see it? Not going to happen. You're going to have a lot of whip in there. To the downside, you have room down to 177 this morning on Nvidia. Yes. To get into that VIP live trading tonight, you must be a VIP member, Rooney. Yes. And how do you get into the VIP? You're going to head over to the VossTrading.com right here. The LINK is in the BIO. Just click that. It'll bring you to the page. You'll be signed up in a matter of seconds, and then you will have access to all our education content, and we can start teaching you how to trade correctly. AVGO. I'll track whatever you want, Trade Z. Whatever you want, my brother. All right, here we go on AVGO. Right now, we are in a neutral bearish state on AVGO. Yes, it is. We are in position 2 to the downside on AVGO. All right, let's see what we got. Bam. Bam. Where is she? Where is she? There she is. Oh, hold on. Woo. Bam. All right, here we go. AVGO to the moon. Yes. We got room down to 314. 314 is going to be your first stop here on AVGO. Then you got a lot of resistance here. 308, 307 area on AVGO. Major resistance. This is not financial investment or tax advice. This is for education purposes only. You must trade at your own risk. That is a major reversal over there. 308, okay? Back over 334.27. You'll have room up to 347. A little E-mini, a little ES for Trader Z. Let's go, my beauties. Let's see what we got here on a little ES this morning. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. These white lines I'm putting in, you are going to hit these levels, folks. I am pretty confident in that, so I would suggest that you mark them down, all right? ES, you got to get over 6957. You got to get over this level. You'll have room up to 7,030 to the upside. To the downside here, I want you under 6834. You'll have room down to 609 and 6774. There you go, Trader Z, my brother. Thank you for all those beautiful donuts. Yes, it is. Netflix coming right up. Hello, Ohio guy. How are you, Ohio? How you doing, huh? All right, let's see what we got here. We got, before we hammer our roses, we got 3 galaxies on the board. We need some top dogs this morning. Some top dogs as we head over to Netflix. Shelly Stringer! Yes, my Shelly, Mr. Dave. There he is. Thank Thank you, Mr. Dave. Love you. All right, let's do a little Netflix, the flicks of net, as we call it. We are in a narrow state on Netflix. Yes. Christopher! Let's go, Christopher, to the moon! Beautiful. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you guys. All right, let's get to Netflix. All right, Netflix, right now we are narrow. Whoop. We are narrow, and we are in position 1 on Netflix. You don't get much more narrow than that, my beauties, all right? Are we ready, everybody? I want you to listen closely. Listen really closely, okay? Listen. Shh, 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 shh. Listen. Netflix. Shh, 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 shh. Alert, alert on Netflix this morning. We got the alert out on Netflix. All right, we are narrow position 1. You got room up to $80. That will be a major resistance level up there, okay? $80 on Netflix to the upside. Coming back under $76.33, watch that hold number, $76, and then you have room down to $75. Let's go, my beauties. Oracle, next up. Oracle, make sure we're tapping. We are at 54,000. We need it. Can we get to 300 and break the record of all records? Can we get to 300,000? We are in a narrow state on Oracle. We are in position 2 on Oracle. Watch this 5-minute 200 and this 15-minute 200. They're just hanging out here, these cousins. All right, we got to be careful with those bad boys. Oracle, this is what we got. You are narrow. The state of Oracle is narrow. You got room down to 153. That'll be your first stop here on Oracle. Under 153 with a retest, we have room down to 135 on Oracle this morning. Back over 162.37, we have room up to 175 on Oracle. Oracle, are you ready? Alert, alert. Daniela, Ulita, where the hell? Oh, I know where you've been. I had basal cell carcinoma, 2 little cancer spots here. They had to remove them. So all this comes off a week from Thursday. Powder, what's up, my brother? How are you, my powder? User, how are you doing, user? What else are we looking at? PLTR for the Dawn of Rudy. The Dawn Girl. The Dawnsters. Yes. Welcome to all our new VIP traders from this weekend. Holy moly, did we have a lot of you. We are narrow. We are in position 2 to the downside here on PLTR for our VIP member, Dawn. The Dawn. You don't see many Dawns anymore, right, Dawn? All right, here we go. We are in a narrow state, position 2. You got room down to 126.50. and 126. That'll be your first level of support. You got a double bottom here at 126, okay? So be careful. Under that double bottom with a retest in that narrow state, you have room down to 119. 119, my beautiful traders. Back over 132 to the upside, you have room up to 135.50. We got a lot of roses, my beauties. Let's hammer them roses. SNDK. SNDK, a little SanDisk. Don't never get any sand in your disk. You know what I'm saying? So those beach lovers, never get sand in your phone or any disk that you carried around. We are in a narrow state. We are in position 2 to the downside here on SanDisk. We got to watch that granddaddy right there. That granddaddy right there is angry, my friends. He is angry on SanDisk. You got room down to $5.99. Watch that 600 level, though. Woo, it's a doozy of support. $5.99. Back over 640.38. You'll have room up to 668. Mario Mendiez. A little coin for Mario Mendiez. Let's see what we got. Whoa, I took those down. We got to do it again, you silly goose. You silly goose of gooses. All right, let's see what we got. the coin men, the coinsters, the coineroonies. All right, here we go on coin. Back over 168.33. We got room up to 208. Watch that 200 level, though. All right, my beauties. Back under 160. Well, yeah, 162.94 right here. You have room down to 159 and 152.50 on coin. Mario Mendiez, Amazon. Hammer those roses, my beauties. Hammer those things. Give a rose to a beautiful lady in here. All right, Amazon narrow whip zone. Yes, here on Amazon. The Amsters of Amazon. Are you ready for an amazing week in the markets, everybody? Who's ready for an amazing week in the markets? Do you study this weekend? Did you get in the VIP? Do you know more than you knew last Friday? Or is it going to be another stumble and bumble? Above 201. Clear the base above 201. You have room up to 209 on Amazon. Narrow under 197.91. You have room down to 193 and 190. Listen up. Amazon's on alert. Apple, let's go. Apple, we are neutral. We are in the whip zone this morning on Apple. Take a bite out of Apple, everybody. Here we go. We are in a bearish neutral state on Apple. If you get a move to the upside at the open that looks like that, are you going long to the moon? Yes or no? Are we going long there on Apple to the upside? No. Call outs, no, pink jungles. Call outs are illegal. They are illegal. There are no call outs. We teach you how to trade so you can find your own call outs. And I guarantee you will be able to do that. We do not trade to the upside in a bearish neutral state. No. Under 255.50, we got room down to 252 on Apple. That's your first stop. Once you are narrow above 259, you have room up to 262 and 265 here on Apple. A little XRP, a little crypto. Nothing screams. No, I'm not going to say it. All right, here we go. Here we go on XRP. Bump, 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 bump. Sometimes I do catch myself, everybody. Very rare, but sometimes I do catch myself in what I'm about to say. Rare, though. Very rare. All right, here we go on XRP to the moon. Above 148.07, you got room up to 152 here on XRP. 152. Back under 144.84 in this whippy mess, you have room down to 143 here on XRP. I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. If this was the last thing on earth I could trade, I wouldn't do it. All right, here we go on Intel. Are we ready, my beauties? Who's ready for some Intel? I know Tracy's ready. She loves some Intel. We are in a narrow state for my beautiful Tracy. Yes, it is. We are in position 2 to the downside. Traders, do not chase any of these to the downside, okay? Don't trade any of these to the downside. You'll be crying. Goo goo gaga, all right? We don't want any of our goo goo gagas to come out. INTC, you got room down to $45. Double bottom, Tracy. Double bottom, $45. We're looking that way. Back over 47.22. We got room up to 48.50 and 49.60 as we approach that $50 level on INTC. Ohio guy, official KK, Sierra. Yo. We're feeling good today, everybody. Are you feeling good? Are we feeling good, everybody? Let's go. We got some more donuts. Get some sugar in the body. Good morning, Jerry Godwin. How are you, my friend? SPY, you got it, my brother. Right now, we are in a bearish neutral state on SPY. Your short is set up beautiful right now. You have room down to 677.50 and 676 here on the SPY. Back over 684. Get over that whole number. You'll have room up to 687 and 688. You're welcome, Tracy. And there you go, my Jerry Godwin. Sierra with the donuts. Thank you. Rhino, BTC, everyone to the moon. Let's go. Bum, 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 bum. I was asked to do a very big podcast, everybody. I was asked to be a guest on the podcast. They want to talk to the GOAT to help people. What do you think? Should I do it? Above 68,508. You have room up to 69,210 on Bitcoin and 70,094 on Bitcoin. Back over 67,647.63. You got room down to 66,381 on the bit of the coin. Yeah, they reached out to me Friday, I think. Friday. Gold, let's see. Friday. First, I thought it was a joke. Had to get my attorneys to check into it. They made the phone call. All right, here we go. We are in a bullish neutral state. Whoa, we got the novice gap. We are way down there. Holy moly, Batman. Holy moly. We are in position 3 in a bearish neutral state. What is one thing you are not doing at the open, my beauties? What is one thing you are not doing without a shadow of a doubt? Can somebody tell me? Gugus, Gagas, can somebody tell me? You're not shorting, that's for sure. You'll get ripped apart if you try to short this. All right, you got room down to 444. Major support here, 444 and 448. So as we draw this in, my beauties, this is support for gold. You don't want to be anywhere near it between 444 and 448 to the downside, or you are going to get eaten up. This is our gap to the downside. Your 50% level will be 454. Write that down. 454 back up. Then you can look for your shorts back down. Good morning, yes, Candy! Question marks. Rev, Candy, Rhino, let's go. Let's go. Boeing. All right, Boeing right now, we are in a bearish neutral state that immediately tells you do not go long. At least for the first 10 minutes. Do not go long, my beauties. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, here we go on Boeing. Back over 243. You got room up to 246.50. 246.50 here on Boeing to the upside. You got to get under 240.32. You got to get under 240.32. Watch the whole number. Then you have room down to 238.50 and 238 whole number on Boeing. You want a little Robin Hood? Let's give you a little Robin Hood. What state are we in on Robin Hood? Can someone tell me? Can someone tell me the state? I forgot what states are. What state are we in? Narrow! You got it, diggity dog! Yabba dabba doo! Yes, proud of you. All right, you got room down to 74.50 here. 74.50 is your first level of support, and then a $70 whole number is your next level of support. $70! 70. The last time you came down to this area, you went to the moon. All right, so be careful. That is a major base down there. Above 76.33, you have room up to 79.50 and $80 on Robinhood. Yes. Yabba dabba doo. Let's go. Tesla. The train just keeps on rolling, folks. The train just keeps on rolling. Thank you, Candy, Michael Hart, Rev. I appreciate you all. Thank you. All right. Tesla. I have a question. Who owns a Tesla here? Who owns a Tesla here? Put me in the chat if you own a Tesla. Give me the shivers. All right. Why are you guys the world's worst drivers? They're the world's worst drivers. You ever get behind a Tesla? They don't know what they're doing with it. All right, here we go with Tesla. We got room down to 411. First stop of support is 411. Under 411 with a retest, you have room down to $400, okay? Back over 421, you got room up to 430 on Tesla. Kevin Mahan, what the hell's going on with all you Tesla drivers? You either go too slow or they can't control it. They're going swerving all over the place. Rev, Michael Hart, we got some roses on the board. They are the worst, right? Daniela Yulina, silver. Sometimes I have to look in the car to see if there's somebody actually in there driving it. All right, here we go on silver and gold. Silver and gold. We are in a narrow state on silver. We are in position deuce to the downside. The deuce is loose here on a silver. Let's see what we got, my beauties. Coming into that support level. Boom. See it? And then boom. Excuse me. All right, silver. Let me go over to the 2-minute. There we go. Pull this baby back. Baby got back. All right, we got room down to 65.50 and 63.50. Of course, watch your whole numbers of 65 and 64. Back to the upside, we got room back up. This is your 50% retracement level right here. 67.50 back up, and then you could possibly look for more shorts to the downside. Above 68.50 with a retest, you're coming back to $69 hold number. And above the whip zone of 70.31, you have room up to 72 and 72.50. Folks, do you get levels like this anywhere else? Do you get levels like this anywhere else? I mean, they are IONQ. All right, here we go on IONQ. We are in a bullish neutral state on IONQ. It looks like I have to go back and we're going to check. It looks like we were in the whip zone. Let's see what we got. All right, let's see what we got on IONQ. Yes, we are in a bullish neutral state. We are in the whip zone this morning on IONQ. Above 34.50, you clear the base. You have room up to 36.50 and $38. Back under 33.61, we have room down to $33. That'll be your first stop of supports. And of course, $31. Thank you, Taro. I appreciate you. You're welcome, Danielle Oyelina, and thank you. We have a new camera this morning, everybody. I got to make a few adjustments to it still. But this is a brand new camera. Reddit and then Amazon. Of course, I installed it 5 minutes before I went live. What are you crazy, boss? You crazy. I told you I'm crazy, my beauties. All right, let's see what we got here. Reddit. Right now, you are in a narrow state. You are in the whip zone on Reddit. Thank you, Taro. Thank you. Yes, I have hair. It'll be coming off soon. I hate hair. Hair is like sand. I can't stand it. Above 140, you have room up to 143.29. Under 135.60, this is your short with a retest. Boom! You'll have room down to 127 on Reddit. As we head back over to the Amazonians, Amazon bearish neutral back over $200.63. Right there, you clear the base. You'll have room up to 209 on Amazon. Back under 197.91, my beauties. You have room down to 193. Can we hammer these roses? Let's go. You're only leasing. That's good. Smart man, Kevin Mahine. I knew you were a smart guy. Leasing, I like it. Microsoft. Yeah, I think I'm going to get the Lincoln Aviator as my next card. The Lincoln Aviator. There's something about a Lincoln. All right, here we go. Bump, 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 bump. Maybe. We got to see. Right now, we are in a bearish neutral state. Yes, on Microsoft. We are in the whip zone on Microsoft. Watch that pesky little granddaddy. He likes to float around the charts. You got to know and trade on higher time frames at all times to find that pesky little guy. Here we go. Above 403 to the moon. 406 and 409. All right. Back under $400, major level of support here. Get under that sucker with a retest. You'll have room down to 398. How do we get these levels, Esteban Stala? You are going to head over to the VIP, and we will teach you how you can get these levels yourself. That is DavosTrading.com right here, or click the LINK in the BIO. We have VIP live training tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. To be there, you got to be square. PLTR, let's go. All right. Above 132.07, my beauties, you have room up to 135.50. 135.50 on PLTR. Currently, you're in position 2 in a narrow state, and you have room down to 126.50 and 126. CRWV for Rick Crocker. Let's see what we got, Rick. CRWV. I like that name, Rick Crocker. All right now we are in a bearish neutral state. We are in position 2 to the downside, Mr. Crocker. Let's see what we got here. Bam, 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 bam. Look at this. Look out. Boop, boop, boop. And I'll teach you how to do it just as fast. All right, bearish neutral state, position 2. You got room down to $91.50, $91 area. You see this right here? This is what we call major supports, my beauties. That is major support area, demand level for sure, around $91, okay? Back over $96.65. Make sure you are in a narrow state, and you have room up to $100 first stop, and then 103 second stop on CRWV. Thank you, Taro, for the follow. If you are here for the first time, hit that follow button. We're on every day for you, and we will teach you how to do this. Alex Diaz, Pop Up, Adorable, Daniela Yulina, Stevie B, yes. Wow, this new camera is a lot clearer, isn't it? You can see my hair on this camera. The old camera, it didn't look like I had hair. Is this new camera clearer? Holy moly. AVGO. I didn't know you can see my hair. It is clearer. All right. We're going to make some more tweaks. It was a hell of a lot more expensive, I'll tell you that. Very clear. Much clearer than the old one, right? The old one, you thought I still had a shaved head. Look at that. Look at that, baby. All right, here we go. You know, I used to have blonde hair. I used to be all blonde, naturally. Natural blonde. Think about that for a second. What the hell happened? I used to have a good set of locks, too. All right now we are in a bearish neutral state. We are in position 2. You got room down to 314. 314 is what you got to the downside. Back over 328.50. You have room up to 331.50 and 334 on AVGO. I got to shave it. I'm not allowed to cut it until all of this heals. Yes, I agree, Powder. We're going to work on that. Maybe you could help me, actually. Can you help me, Powder? AMD. All right, we are in a narrow state on AMD. We are in position 2 to the downside here on AMD. We got room down to 202 on AMD. 202 will be your first stop. Under 202 with a retest, you have room down to 199 on AMD. You got to get back over 210. Yeah, I became a trader and lost the hair. You got that right. 210, you have room up to 218.50. I love trading, folks. This is my passion. I mean, other than my wife and children, I don't love anything more. I mean, I bleed trading. I bleed it. We haven't had anybody yet, Taro. No wizard yet. The Wizard of Voss is sleeping this morning. And my goal is to help as many people as I can love to trade and be consistently profitable. That's the goal. We are in a neutral state. We are in position 1 to the downside on Meta. All right, let's see what we got here, beauties. Whoa, you got to watch those poke through tails. They're a doozy, okay? All right, here we go on Meta. Above 647. We got room up to 654, 659, and 664 on Meta. Back under 638.78 right here under the whip zone. Bam, you have room down to 635. That'll be your first stop, and 625 will be your next stop. Yeah, you're not. Good question. So what you're not, I'm just pinning it so I can so I remember who you are. You're not trying to predict where price goes. You are just reacting to the market. We are setup traders, nothing more, nothing less. You're not Nostradamus. I'm not Nostradamus. We're not trying to predict where it's going to go. People who try to predict where the market's going to go lose consistently. People who trade the news lose too. You aren't trying to predict. You just put in your major support and resistance levels in. You have to know your state, your position, your event, where you are in the market cycle, and then we're going to teach you how to be an amazing trader. OKLO. I have made a lot of traders a lot better, drastically better. Right now, we are in a narrow state. I just know how to teach it, folks. I know how to teach this better than anybody. And I'm not tapping myself on the back. I just do. Here we go. I have people that came from all other communities that were like, Voss, you just know how to teach this. This is insane. All right, here we go. OKLO, you are narrow. You are in position 1. We got another alert on OKLO. You got room down to $63 here, $63 and $62 to the downside here on OKLO. Above 66.18, you have room up to $68. That'll be your first stop in a narrow state, and then $71 will be your next stop on OKLO. I don't do private sessions anymore, Easy E. I used to do private sessions. But what a private session winds up doing is it starts making you rely more on me than you relying on you. Trading is a lonely game. In the end, you have to execute it. I will teach you what to execute. You have to actually execute it, okay, my brothers and sisters? Apple, let's go. Apple, whoa, what happened here? I hit that by accident. There it is. We'll put it right back. Bam. Okay, here we go on Apple to the moon. We are in a bearish neutral state. All right, we're starting to get a little wide here, but under 255.50, you do have room down to 252. 252 will be your first stop as support. Back over 259. Watch that whole number there at 260. Then you have room up to 262. Make sure we get into a you-know-what kind of state before you go long. We have a lot of fun in the VIP. We have a lot of fun in there. Caterpillar to the moon. Let's see what we got on Caterpillar. I have a friend who became independently wealthy because of this stock. They're welcome. They're welcome. They're welcome. Get what I'm saying? All right, let's see what we got. Yes, I have a lot of people who owe me a lot of favors. Yeah. A lot. We are in a narrow state. We are in position 2. I never ask for favors, though. I do everything myself. We have room down to 773. No, 773. 730, 750. 730, 750, and 737 to the downside. Back over 777. The deuce, you have room up to 790.50. ZBIO, you got it. ZBIO. Pharmaceutical company. How did I know this thing was going to have no volume, hot stock? How did I know that? As soon as I saw the pharmaceutical company, we are in a narrow state. We are in position 2 to the upside. Narrow in position 2. Let's see what we got. This is an easy one. All right, here we go. You are in a narrow state. You are in position 2, my beauties, right here. You have room up to $31, $31.50 area. I'm going to mark this out for you. Between 32 and 31 will become a major support level. This will be a supply zone up here on ZBIO between 31 and $32, okay? Back under $25. Get under the whole number. You have room down to $23 on ZBIO. Tracy, it's amazing, isn't it? Isn't it? How do I know these things? Am I psychic? Like, how do I know these things? Pressure Boy, thank you for the follow. The Spy. Remember, folks, the Spy is Miss Market. She runs all markets. She is the boss. She is the queen of queens. We are in a bearish neutral state, position 1. You got room down to 677.50 and 676 here on SPY. Back over 684, you have room up to 687, 688, and 690 on the SPY. Anonymous with the follow. We got to hammer the rest of these roses, my beauties. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Let's go. New York City. What are we at on taps here? 154. Let's go. We need to tap that screen, my beauties. We need to tap the screen. The Qs. Sorry, just checking, make sure we're all lined up here. All right, on them Qs, what do we got? We got room down to 596.40 and 592 on the Qs. Yeah, got to get back over 607.51, traders. Back over 607.51, you'll have room up to 618.92. What I don't want you doing is trying to trade long into resistance. You have, look at this, all this resistance here before you get up there. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of resistance before you are clear above 608 to clear the base. Don't trade into resistance, folks. You're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to lose. PRAX, Precision Medicine. No volume. Let's see what we got. Don't trade things with no volume. You won't be able to get in and out, especially on Weeble. A Weeble. Can't believe people use that to trade. I can't believe it. All right, look at that. We are in a wide state on PRAX. You are not looking anywhere this way. No, you have to wait a little bit. It's going to be choppy. Until you get over 330.55 in a narrow state, then you'll have room up to 340. I want to know. You use Weeble? How you doing? RTX. I know why you're using Weeble, because you think you're trading for free, right? No commissions. Am I right? Guess what? You're paying more than me, and I pay commissions. Right now on RTX, we are in a wide state on RTX. We are in the whip zone on RTX. We are not going short on this. This is not financial investment or tax advice. This is for education purposes only, and you must trade at your own risk. Yes. Look at that wide state. You're not going short, you silly gooses. Above 201, you got room up to 204 area. Right here is major resistance as well. Bam, but you got plenty of room once you get narrow above 201 up to 204 on RTX. Yes, you use whatever broker you want. You use whatever broker you want. It's not the platform, it's the broker. Don't ever become in love with a platform. You become in love with a broker. Robinhood and switched. All right, you're getting close. You went from Robinhood. This is like diarrhea. Then you went to Tesla. Now you're vomiting. Once we get up here, the bug will be over, okay? Tesla. Weeble. Oh, Tesla. Weeble. Woo. You're getting close. We're getting that infested bug out of you. Yes, Josh, you are going to head over to the VIP. Someone tell Josh where to go, my beauties. You got to Google it. You'll find you're the best broker. AMD, Google was invented around, 1985? It's a beautiful tool. Anyone use it? Right now, we are in an arrow state. We are in position 2. You got room down to 202. 202, my beauties. Under 202 with a retest, you have room down to $200. Remember what I told you? I've been talking about this $200 on AMD for a while. I'm going to be sitting down here waiting to go that way once we reach $200, and it's going to be a beauty. All right, here we go. Above 208, you got room up to 209 and 210 on AMD. WEBULL. Weeble. Wee. Moo. No. Another scam. Moo. What are we, cows? MU. All right, we are in an arrow state, position 2. You got room down to 394 and 393, my beauties, okay, on MU. This 400 level is a doozy, all right? This is a major support level psychologically. So you're fighting with that 400 right now, so be careful of that. Back over 416.21, you have room up to 421 and 426. It is time for roll call. Are we ready? Are we ready, my beauties? Est and finish off those roses, please. Thank you. Andrew, the believer. Bill Boyle. User Jessica Pylock, Midwest, Rasman World, Hammer, Jade, Stevie B, Dr. DJ, Mr. Charles, Mr. Dave, K. Braden, Ahab, JDM, Adorable Dad, Taro, Mr. SLG, Candy, Palo, J. Gilbert, J. Heat, Mike S. Shelley, the beautiful Stringer, Carlos, Candy the Beautiful, thank you. Suzette, Ohio guy. Mr. DSC, Suzette, Ohio guy again. King Romy, Christopher Miller, Stevie B, Sierra, Marcus, Jules the Beautiful Swims, Powder, Daniela Yulina, Michelle Mabel, Holy moly, Papa Yoda, Daniela Rev, K. Braden, Official KK, Rhino, the question mark guy, Mike S., Alex Diaz, Pop, Wishes, SDA Painting, Striker, Leo. Yes, thank you for all those donations, my beautiful traders. I appreciate you. Remember, the VIP is here. The VIP will completely change your trading for the better. You are going to head over to thevoshtrading.com. Link is in the bio. VIPers, we'll see you in the chat here in 2 minutes, and we'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for a live trading. Have a good day, everybody. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. We got to finish those roses. Hurry, everybody, finish the roses. Let's go. We got to finish the roses. Let's go, my beauties. We are at 100. We got to work on these taps, too. We got to work on these tapperoonies, my beauties. Let's go. Yes, it is. I'm just taking a screenshot of this. All right. Okay, got it. Have a good day, everybody.